What's up? What's up? How is everyone doing? I'm actually moving this microphone because I haven't been here in a while.
Totally fair.
What's up, guys? We're in the final moments. We have gone a year and a half, 2 years,
Yeah.
going into events, qualifiers, right, for this 2K Invitational with Kingslayer cards. It is a ride, guys. I can't believe we're here. Today, we have a total, do you know the total right now? I think we have 40, 48,
Yeah,
something like
quite
that.
a few. Like easily just definitely under 50 for
40,
sure.
48 invitational members coming in, playing it out. I don't know how many rounds it is. We'll get that information to you right away. In terms of turnout, I think a good reason for the low turnout was the storm that came in 3 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone wants to be aware, we are in Florida. We were Central Florida, so we actually got hit recently with Hurricane Ian.
Yeah.
And this
We
event
did.
was right around the corner.
It was rough. It was definitely rough for sure.
So what I think is going to be interesting, we just came off a ban list. Nothing was hit
Yeah.
for standard, thankfully, I guess. I think standard's in a good boat. What do you think?
I would say it's doing pretty good. It's in a good spot right now. Considering, the other formats right now, I would say stands in a pretty good spot in my opinion. I'm definitely really hyped for premium though, for
Yeah,
sure. Like their ban, like that much needed, banning of certain clans.
Yeah, I agree. Thankfully, they didn't touch my Narukami, and I can agree with some of you guys that you guys need Stunburst to disappear, but, I'm happy
I'm
it's
one of
still
those
around. And I will stick to that the same way you would stick with keeping Rude Nation, or someone flying another card, or you having Katrina back.
They really see. I'm a diehard Neonectar fan, and I will down that hill. They should. I feel like a one of is fine,
Yeah.
but that's just me. I'm biased.
So, guys, we are getting into the round. It looks like people are setting up. There is going to be a little bit of announcement coming in today. We actually have round one, we can confirm, is going to be Logan Johnson versus Zavani Graham. One of my good friends and team members for Team Eclipse is competing, and I do wish him the best of luck, honestly. We have a few good teams coming in. I know we're missing some as well. I honestly have not seen a team. Oh no, we do have some Team Legend members, or old Team Legend members
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah, we've got quite a few people. I would say it's a pretty stacked event. A lot of really well-seasoned Vanguard players are here today. A lot of them have either qualified for Worlds, have actually gone to Worlds, as well as had multiple consecutive, tops at Bushiroad events and, our, events here at Kingslayer.
You brought up Worlds, and I just remembered that we're having the Kingslayer crew coming in. I don't know if you know this, but I'm going to Worlds.
Really? No, I
got
did not
second
know that.
place
No.
at Georgia Duluth in Standard.
You know what?
Kind of want my invite for premium, but
That is awesome.
oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Other than that, we have Andrew Kondrick coming in.
Yes.
I don't think he's playing today. He is playing
No.
tomorrow's premium event. We do have Crow coming in from Georgia.
Yeah.
He actually got first place in V Premium in Duluth, Georgia.
Yes, that I
So-
did see. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how he competes today, see if he makes into top cut. A lot of good chances.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of really highly skilled, very talented Vanguard players here today. I think we're going to see some really great matches. I'm really excited
Oh,
to
yeah.
see
It's gonna be great.
how creative people have gotten with their decks.
So let's go check out to see who's going to be playing in table one. We do have Zavani Grant and Logan Johnson. Logan, we had to lower his camera because he's a very tall man.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's very, very tall. Absolutely. And I say that as someone who's also tall, but
So
yeah, he takes the cake.
I'm not sure what they're going to be playing. I think we're seeing a little bit of Logan's hand here, but we can't say anything. 'cause,
No
we're very
spoilers.
close.
Yeah.
So no spoilers. We'll be talking about what you're seeing, what we're seeing, and give you the one by one. You do see a timer going on. That is not the timer. We're going to restart the timer when the round starts. But I do see that the round score has not been changed, so we're going to fix that real quick. right, we're just going to turn that off. It is going to be best of 3. We're going to set up the round score for the next round, guys. Apologies, but we will have the timer and the players there. So I will go into what I think they're probably playing. So this is the standard, but actually very not sure what Zavani went in. I know Zavani back in Miami used to play a lot of Bermuda and a lot of Link Joker. So
yeah, I remember he played Angel Feather a few years back too when they came out in, at the time standard will now be premium.
So my kind of guess of where he's currently coming in is that he could be playing either Eva, because that has that Link Joker aesthetic, Prison, as it kind of meets his criteria, and Kyrie, but like, you know, they're just shots in the dark. We'll see what happens.
Right, I mean, it could be any of them. And
I mean, another hit is, you know, Cat Girls. Like, I forgot that.
Oh, yeah, you know, Cat Girls is still, surprisingly, Cat Girls is still a pretty decent deck in Lyrical.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna start lowering the music volume so that we can get ready. I do increased our volume so you guys can hear us a little bit better. So yeah, with that, we do have an announcement coming in from Peter about the Invitational. I didn't know it was called Conquest Series. Clap it up. To those that can't hear, he's congratulating everyone for getting the invite. Okay, confirmed 44. I think we have a total of 6 rounds.
6 rounds, nice.
Again, thank you all for coming. I know a lot of people have traveled far. We got people from Georgia. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love and the support. That's why we're all here to support each other.
They're talking about support, the community. We have people coming in from the southeast coast of Georgia, coming into Florida.
Absolutely. I just want to say, despite the fact that we got really hit hard by Ian, we still had a really good turnout of people. I think it's amazing.
Yeah. You think Ian would be a card fighter, right?
Right? You would think so. What nation do you think he'd play?
All right, there you're cheering me on. So everyone's aware the rounds will not be taken care of on the Bushiroad software. It's going to be going through Best Coast pairings. So whatever their records are and their tiebreakers do affect everything. So if you do go 2-1, you know, that's different from getting 2 wins in a row, 2-0. So winning, it matters for tiebreakers. They are mentioning that right now. And with that, it's going to be kind of interesting because, you know, the more people that win with easy sweep than barely getting out in game 3 is going to get a much higher advantage. Overall, what are your thoughts on best of 1, best of 3?
You know, I will say they have their pros and cons, and I know the community, especially here in Central Florida, they're very divided on best of 1, best of 3.
Yes.
Personally, I think best of 3, makes it more. It definitely adds that. It makes it more competitive, in my opinion, because it allows you to, make more decisive plays on the next game that you play. That's just my opinion, of course. And of course, best of 1. I'm sure it has its pros and cons as well, but I think that one of the biggest pros for best of 1 is just the time. For time purposes, yes. I would say.
Sorry to put on your dot. They are saying that we're on modified Swiss, so they're estimating 6 rounds. But if there's not a declared undefeated, they will go on to a 7th round.
Nice, good to know.
Or if they're somehow getting undefeated by the time of the 5th round, they will proceed into top cut. So modified Swiss is happening for this time forward. very different from Swiss Modify for Bushy Road. Swiss Modify for Bushy Road was that after you go in Swiss rounds, so even if you lose, you can go in, but the second you receive 2 losses, you're dropped from the tournament, which was very intense back in the day.
Yeah,
that's why they
really
kind of
intense.
switched to, I think, a best of
Stakes are
1 format.
higher.
All right, so they're talking about the time. We will reset the time for anyone that's recently coming in and joining us. It will be played out to first place. There is no splitting for this event.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so the stakes are even higher.
All right, so they're talking about the shuffling rule because we have had situations in the past with some people when they're shuffling. They just want to state the shuffling rule that people are worried about. I don't know if you're aware, but there was some Bushy Road situation
Really?
with
Yeah.
shuffling and sleeves before. We're now more worried about the sleeves than just the shuffling style. So we are saying that the opponent must do a final cut of the deck. They are allowed to shuffle the deck, but they have to cut it. So you can't just shuffle your opponent's deck and hand
Yeah.
it back.
The last thing I want to say is the high profile tournament is $2,000.
So we do have a good chunk of judges today. We have Peter, James. I think we have some of the Garcia brothers going around, as well as Gustavo coming in. Gustavo is a really big community member for Florida.
He's definitely, I would say Gustavo has definitely been one of the pillars of the Central Florida community, for sure.
And then we're going in the final things from James, talking about that we have the good pairs of very strong fighters coming in, getting their invite. There was a last chance qualifier actually yesterday at Dex and Dice
Yes, there
Tournament
was.
Center.
So, with that being said, our judges for today's event.
All right.
Our head judge is Peter Castillo.
So we have Peter Castillo head judging the event.
And the 2 judges in the back, we have
Izzy in the back, checking up on top taken.
Gustavo.
Gustavo.
All right.
Oh, what do you?
Judges, are you ready? Yeah! Vanguard players, I better hear you loud. Better hear you proud. Vanguard players, are you ready? With that being said,
Oh my gosh, a lot of energy.
Yep.
I love it.
the Vanguard!
And here we go. They're starting up the Vanguard. They're starting the round. Let's get straight into the match here. We do have
Absolutely.
Zavani and Logan. Let's see what they're playing here. Ooh, Zavani coming in with Orphis. You know, I should have mentioned that one. Like, that's a good choice. So we do have Zavani playing Brandt, and on the right side we see Stoichea. So it could be anything here. You know, a lot of people love the Zorga ride line or Stoichea. If I were to take any guesses, like Nolan, I was kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it
can't
could be
make any
anything.
guesses, I
It's like
realize.
it's the Zorga ride line just works so well with a lot of the Stoichea decks. You know, whether you like it or not, it's really consistent. It's pretty good in my opinion.
Yep. And, you know, honestly, I'm kind of curious how this match is gonna go. It does look like. Oh, I apologize. I forgot that Zavani is left-handed. So Zavani actually is at 0 damage. And our boy is at 1. All right, guys. Well, we're going to keep it going forward. So we are still seeing the Zorga ride line. I think he discarded. Man, that start really does look like the flag brick started, but I'm still not confirmed what he's playing. He comes in with the drive check, pulls a critical trigger, dealing 2 damage to Zavani.
Playing aggressively.
No, it does look like he guarded the attack, so he's
okay.
Pretty safe, staying at a low damage.
Definitely.
Let's actually get a look at more of Zavani's side over here. What's going on? What's he thinking? And am I ever going to figure out where he puts his damage? Because it's very hard to tell.
I know. It's a struggle. It really is.
So, you know what's funny is that we're seeing Orphis cards, but like I do think we're seeing enough worlds that we can already guess that he's not playing Gravidia.
Right. It's like right from the get-go. I'm already seeing some Orphis-centric orders in what appears to be his drop zone over there. So I'm pretty sure it's a safe bet to say that he's definitely playing Orphis. I actually have not seen how the new Orphis plays. I know from my understanding it's pretty not that bad. You can multi-attack now with Shadow Army tokens.
Yeah, and then the new, I believe his name is Orphis Regis, is so much better than the old Orphis. Old Orphis was a chunky counterblast 2 called 3 Shadow Army tokens, and going forward, I guess. Oh, so we finally got a confirmation that Logan is playing Flagbird. Flagbird is a very aggressive multi-attacking deck. The choices that he makes here are going to be kind of important because one thing that Flagbird has really well going with it is the push on attacks that it's giving to its opponent. One thing that I do think is a little bit worrisome is that Flagberg's hand size may be the thing that depletes it.
Right, no, I definitely agree. It's a pretty solid deck. It's also just very piece reliant, where if you don't have the right amount of pieces, the right amount of attacks, you're basically underwater.
Yep. I mean, we have a little bit of editing stuff, just putting some final moves here. It does look like we had it flipped, but we did fix the camera right away, guys. And here it is, Orphis Regis on the field. It does look like we're getting more into the match here. I know we're a little bit behind. We was just taking care of new stuff over and over again.
Right, Zavani is wasting no time just trying to push as much as possible. And he's going in on his Vanguard right now.
Yep. I think the way Regis works is for every 2... I think it's for every 2 orders on the set order zone, he's able to call 1 Shadow Army token. But I will be confirming that right about now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's kind of interesting is actually we go into Logan's past turn here. He did choose to only give like a small amount of push with the Flagberg deck. I don't know if that was the play. I mean, there's a lot of options available.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like deliberate or if he's just saving his hand size for something, because it looked like he has a pretty decent hand. For all we know, maybe it's just full of triggers, but it looks like it's his turn now, so he's got inlet pulse out.
This turn is actually getting a lot better here. I mean, we do have, we're starting to see the inlet pulse out. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Getting into the swings here. Going in for the rear guard, activating the skill, soul blasting one standard. He hasn't seen the other card, which is kind of rough here, and it does look like he's running out of soul because both cards do require soul to proc off.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has any soul at all.
All All right, here we go. Coming in the Flagbird swing, this does look like it is going to be the fourth swing, so he's going to be able to retire 2 units. He won't be able to get the guard restrict that says you have to guard 3 or more at the same time. First check, they did not look like triggers, but that was a glare if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
And here we go. It does look like Zavani has moved on to 4 damage, and we're getting into the Regis turn.
He's definitely backed into a corner for sure.
All right, didn't look like he got the persona right here. Going in with the field, counterblasting 2, calling another Shadow Army token with the rearguard skill, getting that. It's not called Protobow. God, I forgot its name. Bubble Mine. There we go.
Bubble Mine, yep. The counter charger.
Yep, getting the Bubble Mine, countercharging into the soul, getting the first Shadow Army token swing, getting that rearguard swing, and we are coming in with the Vanguard attack. It does look like he's going to be going off and calling 2 Shadow Army tokens. I do see a total of 4 orders. This deck is pushing. All right, coming in the Regis swing.
Pushing,
first
for
check,
sure.
another
Ooh, a
front trigger.
Nice.
I do also believe Regis gives power depending on the amount of orders in there.
Yeah.
So those things are, I believe, like around 35k
yeah,
attack
pretty big.
each.
Pretty
So
big numbers.
he's
Wow.
putting in that push. One thing I do see is that Blackbird's counterblast is completely open. He has access to almost anything.
He sure does,
But it does look like he did move on to 5 damage. And here we go, starting his turn. Yeah, it does look like he's a little backed into the corner.
Yeah, he definitely is. I feel like this is really one of those pivotal moments where you're at 5 damage. This is one of those moments where you have to push. If you don't, at least you tried, or this may even get you the game.
Yep, it does look like. Well, we can't forget here this he is a best of 3, so he will have another attempt if it is going.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, that's the beauty of best of 3s.
All right, looks like he's getting his field set up. He does have the counterblast restander, which is great because he has the counterblast available to him. It does look like he's going to get an additional power for each attack that happens because of that order. But what I do think is kind of worrisome is that the card on the other side, the one that just attacked, is not inlet post. So without that inlet post or inlet pulse, I don't know. He's unable to just focus on the Vanguard and going for those Shadow Army tokens, which is probably a good call. It's the Shadow Army tokens are an easy 15k power. So, keeping them on board, they're just simple attackers, and it's just going to keep Zavani's hand. But if Zavani commits to getting these cards back onto the field, then, it's just going to be hurting his hand size at the end of the day. It does look like another reason he's probably doing is that he's denying Zavani the counterblast. But it does look like Zavani went to 6 damage and is getting ready for the next round. Logan Johnson taking game 1 with Flagbird. All right, while they're setting up, honestly, this matchup is kind of interesting to me.
Yeah.
It has a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and it's almost anyone's game.
Yeah, it really feels like in this situation. I agree. It definitely could have been anyone's game because both of these decks are, they're good in their own respects. Absolutely. Both of them played very optimally with the resources that they had. It was a really good game 1.
Are they still in the game?
Oh.
I thought he grabbed his damage after taking it. I guess not. Oh, he had a heal.
Oh.
I apologize. I overexerted. We're still in the game. All right, coming in for the guard attack, it does look like Zavani, and both of them are at 5. He pulls another heal trigger, going back to 4 damage.
Nice. Okay.
This man does not know how to die, because, I did assume that he died already.
Yeah. Probably from the way they were placing their cards, and they were kind of like, okay, now it looks like they...
Yep, and now it looks like Zavani took the game.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, too. Yeah.
Well,
well, hey,
that's apologies on our part, guys.
Definitely.
I definitely thought he took it once his.
We thought he did it, and sure enough, it was actually Zavani that came out on top. Is that right?
Yep.
Did I see that? That's how I saw it too.
So, back to what I was saying about this multi-attacking, right?
Yeah.
The weird thing about Orphis is that Orphis has like these very decent orders that reclaim its hand during the main phase, and Flagbird has a card that regains its hand during the battle phase, but at the end of turn. Both these timings are kind of very important because that determines what you're able to call out and keep in hand. Because if you have to commit something like an 8k but a 10k guard in hand, But you're able to draw during main phase. You can mitigate the amount that you're losing because of that factor. Inlet would only be giving you the +1 during the end of turn, which is could be a 5k, could be a 15k shield. We don't know, but like the fact is that you're not guaranteeing what you're deciding in hand. But now that we go into game 2 here, and we do apologize, it's honestly anyone's game. It looks like Logan's gonna be able to choose if he's going first or second, or he goes first. I don't remember hearing that rolling about who goes first after the game.
I think my understanding is that from what I've seen in past KSC events, it's loser decides. Right? I believe loser decides, but don't quote us on that. We can get confirmation.
I mean, at the current moment.
Yeah,
Standard,
the current
you want to go first.
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to go first, for sure.
All right, here coming into the right, Soul Blasting 1, drawing 2, and does he have the order in hand? Any order? It looks like he's thinking.
Oh. At the edge of my seat. Oh.
Oh, he does not have the order. He has to discard 2.
Oh man, I guess it's the gamble when you play this ride line too. That's the beauty of like Stoichea. I really like Stoichea because it does have access to really good orders. It has like a really good array of orders that do a variety of things, and they just mesh so well in other ride lines as well.
Yep. And there's like a rain check breaker boy. Yo, what's up, Naru? How you doing, sir? I'm doing really well. You know, we're coming in watching the match here, and you know, getting right up to speed. I do think standard itself, like we're saying before, with the hand size and you know, just standard is a very hand size meta. If you have a hand, you can take the game.
Yeah, definitely.
It's much different from premium. Just trying to take advantage in the match, because hand size makes everything in standard.
Yeah, no,
that's
it really
why
does.
And this gets us to like a very controversial issue, which is the overtrigger.
Oh yeah, that's a hot topic for sure.
The overtrigger, to me, guarantees such a good hand size offensively for most of them that it's almost like difficult to comprehend. Looks like we got one-eyed knock coming in, bro. Look, it's like I'm there anyways.
Right, the immersion.
Buddy, I wanted the picture with the team. Please show up. Show for a picture to say hi. But here we are. It does look like they're still making our way to grade 3. It's kind of interesting. Orpheus does have that very easy early game push. Oh my god, and Logan going straight to 5 damage and starting his turn. That's going to be kind of difficult.
That's crazy. Yep, he's already... It is an uphill battle for him right off the bat. And so really, Logan has to push...
I'm going to laugh as Zavani just guards this turn so that he wins 0 damage.
Yeah, basically.
All right, here we go. Logan getting the field set up and ready.
Oh, he's got inlet pulses everywhere.
He definitely wants the new cards in hand. He doesn't want all these great
He's trying
3s.
to draw.
I'm kind of shocked he didn't move up an inlet post and just focus the Vanguard.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, here, getting a draw trigger. Going into damage will give me 10k to Vanguard.
Yeah.
Right on the start of his grade 3 turn, too. Like, he can't do anything.
Right, it almost seems like, you know, he's pushing, but... Zavani's in a really good spot right now, so he can really afford to take some extra damage. So really his guarding options, he doesn't really he can conserve his hand a little more, but looks like there's some checking of effects here.
I could maybe drive down just to hang out for one of the days, but not sure. You could get your team picture that way. Awesome. Thank you so much, my man. Get over here. We need that picture. I need to put it on my Facebook page. And my Twitter. But yeah, here we go. Going in. I can see it in... I can see it in Logan's hand movements. He can't believe it. But thankfully, he is getting the heal trigger. Probably moving down back to 4.
Yeah, back to 4. Back to a more manageable amount of damage. But... still kind of at the precipice of, you know, a crit trigger or over trigger in this case from Brandt could probably end it all.
Yep. It does look like he wasn't able to get the final attack because it wasn't going to be able to hit, but put the both inlets in soul and drew 2 cards. So he's regaining that hand size. I can't tell what's in hand, guys, because you know, we are very close to the players, but let's see what happens here. You're going into Orpheus Regis. And board going into the world. That world order stresses me out.
Oh,
it
yeah.
gives
What does it
5k.
do?
It gives 5k power to when a Shadow Army token's called out, and you know the more that thing stacks, the stronger they become. So they're already 20k. They're gonna get, I think, get an additional 10 from Orpheus. So this is already like pushing.
That's
I
insane.
think that rear guard is gonna be a 15 or 13k attacker going into one of his rear guards that is swinging at the Shadow Army tokens. But what's he gonna do? You go guarding the attack, having that rear guard still available, going in for the Vanguard
Absolutely,
swing. I do
gotta
think this is a 20k attack, guarding with another 15.
He's got like.
All right, here we
24
go
cards
with
left?
Orpheus' skill,
Oh,
and here we go, discarding the penguin, and now he's going to be proccing the penguin's go after the discard. Doesn't look like he saw any orders, but that is okay. But we still got both the Shadow Army tokens on board. Here we go, guarding with the order. I do think that's like a 20k shield order, so that will be able to guard the attack here. Taking the first damage, second damage, no triggers. And now swinging with the Shadow Army token, guarding with the heal trigger, and Logan still has a game here. He's starting his
My
turn, kind of
goodness.
going in for the Persona right, drawing a card. I guess he wants to keep that shiny SP on
he
top.
is trying. He is really fighting for his life right now.
He's not giving in at all.
No,
But look at
definitely
that
not.
hand size Zavani has.
Yeah. I am hoping he's able to resolve his, Flagberg's full skill.
Yep, and it does look like he's doing the condensation. Is he going to be calling the inlet to regain the hand size, or will he be calling anything else? I can't tell you that is. It does look like he's going to choose the Moth, choose 2 units to give them an additional 5k power. I think he's baiting out the the trigger checks. He doesn't want to be dealing with that trigger situation again.
No, definitely not.
All right, here we go. All right, so we are going to be swinging at the Shadow Army target rear guard. This is, I believe, an 18k or 28k swing. Restaying the Vanguard. Now going in for the 20k attack at Orpheus Regis. Looks like he chooses to guard the attack. Going in with the next swing, 28 plus 8. We are getting like a 36k attack over here. Guarding the attack and restaying the other column. Now we're going in with the 36k swing. Does look like he's choosing to take the damage and go to 3. Here we go. Coming in the Vanguard swing, you have to guard 3 or more. Did he swing? Oh yeah, he retired the rear guard.
Yeah.
First check critical. All effects.
Oh.
Crits to Vanguard, power rear guard. And here we go, taking the 2 damage, and he is in 5, starting his turn. Overall, that was a pretty good turn, but
Yeah,
like
that was a really good-
you
that was
kind
a-
of. This is a premium thing because
Yeah.
I understand standard. You have to give them damage, right?
Right.
But like, you just set up the opponent.
Yeah. No, you're really. And then, like, I feel like in some cases in premium, it's damage denial of the game.
Yes.
But all in all, that was a really good, comeback for Logan. So hopefully he can keep that.
Okay, what is that? Is that the over? It was the over trigger.
Okay, so it looks like he.
All right, and Logan is not giving up. Here he
Yeah,
goes, starting
definitely.
his turn again.
Yeah, definitely not.
No damage has changed. It does look like Zavani wasn't able to push out as big as he wanted to with the
No,
attacks
definitely
here.
not.
I'm shocked that he didn't do Regis, but
Yeah.
there may be something I'm missing
may
here
be
because
trying
I
to-
don't think Regis is a lot of counterblast.
Yeah, he may be trying to save his resources for the next turn if he gets a next turn, considering he's at 5. But it all depends. He does have like a pretty good hand size, so it all depends on how much
Honestly,
Logan can push.
he's pretty much chilling right now. He already got game 1.
Yeah.
Right. He's pretty much testing the water, being experimental if he has to fight Flagberg again. there's a lot of interesting options that you can do while playing in a best of 3 match.
Right.
All right, we are being notified by OBS that there is 25 minutes left, and we're still coming on the countdown. I don't know why it's flickering, actually. Calling the heel trigger. I don't think he has any cards in hand yet. He is going in for final turn over here. He does have the counterblast available and has the inlet on the field and the other Bright Line grade 2, or apologies. No, it is a grade 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to be seeing the happy multi-attack.
Oh yes, his true potential, his
His true potential.
Diet Maelstrom's true potential, or as Outer Orange would say, Burger Boat.
Yep, and it does look like he restood the inlet, attacked with rear guard, now coming in with the inlet swing. It doesn't look like he was hoping to deal damage. I did not see a persona right because that attack would have been 20, but it is 10. Zavani is at 5 damage, so he is working with what he got at this point. And then he will only be able to guard 3 cards against Flagberg. All right, coming in with the PG. It is dropping the PG early. I guess he can guard the Flagberg swing. He's PGing. Does look like he is deciding what to do here, how he's going to guard the attack. He wants to make sure he has the numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
very difficult.
All
right, it does look like he's guarding that rear guard. That now attacking with this column. It does look like this is just going to be like a 5k guard. Let's see what he decides. And that 5k card can mean a lot because now he's keeping the PG in hand. I'm kind of shocked that was taken back. This is an invitational, and like it is to the tournament organizer's discretion, but like an event where like a lot of money's being played, you would think you would be going by like,
it's like once you place it down,
like tier 3 rules.
Like once you place it, you're committing to it.
Yes.
It's played essentially. Yeah.
Oh,
one to pass. Oh, and that's game.
And that's it?
That's it.
I'm kind of confused. Were those PGs?
No. Those were triggers. Zavani declared 1 to pass, and Logan checked, I think, 2 criticals from what it looked like. So now it's game 3.
Yep,
so
we are going into game 3.
Zavani got one in Logan, so now the true deciding game. So, and it looks like they're having a conversation of how that went out, how that played out.
Yep. So the game's staying up here, but like I thought he kept the PG because, funny enough, you have to guard 3 or more, right? But remember what those PGs say. If you only have 1 card in hand when it's placed, the attack is nullified. So instead of guarding with 4 and guarding with 3, dropping a card from hand, if your last attack was a Flagberg swing, you can guard with 3 with the PG included, and because it says at the same time, you place 3 Guardians at the same time, you only have 1 card in hand, so the attack would be PG. So that would have been kind of a good way to get around it.
That is actually something I never thought about. That sounds like some big brain play for sure.
Of course, so we are coming into the final parts of the match here. We only have 20 minutes left in the round, which is pretty close to the main timer.
Yeah. I would definitely say.
Looks like they're still getting their hand together. Do you have a preference between Stoichea and Brandt, Miss Leonor?
So, as someone who's I played both. For a little while, I was playing Prison. I was playing that. I liked the mechanics behind it. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. But I know I really loved just the aesthetics of Stoichea. Just the fact that they, once set 6 drops, I'm pretty much going to be a Stoichea stand from this point forward. I mean, of course, I'll play other stuff. I do love Keter. Hex Orb was also another favorite of mine, too. I heard she's actually really good now in Japan. She's done really well. Because they actually have some pretty good support from what I've seen.
Right. Honestly, I think this matchup is going to be kind of apparent throughout the majority of this tournament. Standard is kind of, in my opinion, a very good boat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of decent matchups that are going to be going forward. It's not suffering anything where like a card is power creeping the format or a deck is
Right.
power creeping the format.
Right, exactly.
So there are a lot of options, and I mean a lot.
Yeah, there's so many ride lines, so much
Oh,
variety.
he didn't have it again. You see that?
Oh no.
He didn't have the order
Oh
again.
no. Ah. He's already starting with a handicap. My goodness.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Super unfortunate, but hopefully Logan can recover.
But no, like it's in a really good format. Looking at the BCS results, right? One deck that does seem very apparent in tops, which I don't know if it's a problem or not, is Gravidia, because it keeps
Yeah,
reappearing. But
it's-
you know, it's funny. It always gets third place, except for like the most recent one.
Yeah.
It's always lands in third place.
Yeah, I say that too because I as someone who's also played Gravidia, it's pretty. Gravidia's she's mean. It's pretty aggressive deck.
I think the issue is just like the only reason I feel Gravidia should get like restricted is because of Elder Breath. Because she
Yeah.
on her own is her own Elder Breath.
Yeah, she really is.
And then she also runs Elder Breath.
Yeah. And it's like you can go from one to dead, basically, if they check an overtrigger and you are able to pop off Gravidia's skill, which you pretty much can pretty consistently.
Yep. But this is like we are going to finally get into the grade 3 turn over here. It does
Yes.
look like he is activating the first order. That's going to get him a
Yeah.
Shadow Armor token onto the field. And now he, I believe, has 3 orders
Yeah, it looks like
in
it.
play.
Looks like he's already.
So this unit actually gains 5k for every 2, so he's going to be a 20k attack. Going with the Vanguard swing, discarding the draw trigger, and now going to be calling himself another Shadow Army token. He just restood it because, you know, Shadow tokens are Shadow Army tokens are Shadow Army tokens. You know, I'm just going to call them SATs now.
SAS.
Yeah, Shadow Army token. SAT.
SAT, yep. Yeah, it looks like Zavani is definitely playing a little differently this game because I feel like this is really the deciding game right now. It's like he has to commit.
All right, and here we go, coming into the match. We are seeing 2-2 right now, so it's pretty consistent. He's not at 5 damage like last time, which I kind of was shocked he was able to make a comeback after being at 5 damage.
Yeah, it really was kind of crazy because I thought for a while, you know, things didn't look good for Logan initially.
I know.
And then all it took was just one heal trigger, and it really just turned the tides for him.
Oh, yeah. So it does look like this play is going to be going in for 4 attacks, so he is going to probably get that inlet swing first. Pay the skill off, restand inlet, swing with the rear guard, and then swing with Van and give power to inlet. He's going to be able to get that counter charge available to him, so this is a really good move. Mind you guys, do keep in mind anything that I'm saying is based off my personal preference. If they do a different move, you know, it's all possible. But it does look like he's deciding to go in and just swing with the Vanguard instead of keeping the unit up, which is kind of interesting in my opinion. I guess he did want that 4th damage of retire, which I did forget. And here we go, pulling the draw trigger, drawing an additional card, and giving power to the rear, not to the rear guard, but to the Vanguard. Oh, man. You know, I want to like Flagberg. But my issue with it is just the fact that, like, you're kind of, like, tied to giving power to Flagberg.
Right.
You don't have, like, choices in front of you. I like choices, guys.
Of course, you want options. It's either Flagberg or Flagberg.
Yeah. Actually, a little run back about my time at BCS. I actually got second place in tournament with Fegria of all decks.
You know, when I saw that, I was blown away. I was like, wow, I never would have thought I would see Thegria come to the top.
And it was my
Your deck
final
was
opponent.
really unique.
My final opponent was Fegria.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And no one else in BCS was playing Fegria at the time, which is insane in my
I think
opinion.
my boyfriend actually emulated your deck. So he actually
Aw.
built your deck. I don't think he realized it was you though. I think he just saw the deck list and didn't realize it was. I'll have to let him know.
I am keeping an eye out because I do think that the one who got first will be here at this event as well. All right, so we are going into the match, getting that second Shadow Army token, and what are we seeing here going in? I do believe this attack, if he persona right, is a 30k attack because he only has 3 orders and he gets 5k for every 2. And here we go, taking damage, going to 4, and guarding with the 2 crit triggers. Logan
Wow.
is ready to go. He is
He
not
is
giving
just-
him any space.
No, definitely not. And it's like they're both.
Here we go,
yeah.
equally at 4. This is a really good thing.
This is like they're
one-
both backed into a corner. Nothing to lose now, and they just commit.
Yep, and here we go, calling the grade 2 and calling the inlay, going in for the 5 attacks. He's got everything ready to
Dang.
go.
I heard that aggressive card slap too.
Oh man, he knows what he's
Like
doing.
he's ready to go.
Now, one thing I do like what they're doing is they're staying at equal or more damage against their opponent. They're both at 4, so both their heal triggers are able to proc here. One thing that's going to be kind of difficult for Flagberg is the fact that even if they pull the heal, their opponent has to take a hit eventually. So if they take
Yeah.
it before the Flagberg swing, then they're not going to have much available. But the Flagberg swing is going to be difficult, so he may have to like gamble his choices here. Coming in with the first check, second check, no trigger, taking the point damage and going to 5. This looks like he is going to his turn, getting the Alien Soul and drawing an additional card.
Dang.
It's getting down to the wire here,
Right,
guys. It
he's
looks
at
like they're not
yeah.
giving up. I can't tell how much is in Zavani's hand. Only 3
Zavani,
cards.
Yeah, looks like he's not. It looks like he's got. He had 3. Now he's down to 2. Yeah, this is a pretty. It's like he has to commit. Yeah, he.
Oh, wow.
Looks like he is ready. It's like he's got to commit. It's like he has
Coming
to.
for the 10k swing. Is this a 13 or 10k swing? If he is attacking the Vanguard, he may be trying to guard, or if he's choosing to attack the rear guard, he may be choosing to see if he wants to keep that rear guard on board. A lot of options available. I do think we saw in the dry check a Flagberg, so he's going to have Persona right next
Oh
turn,
yeah,
so
definitely.
it's guaranteed.
If Zavani doesn't kill him this turn, it's gonna not be good. It's not looking
All right,
good.
here guarding the attack and coming in with a Regis swing. Let's see what happens here. And another 15k drop, going in, not Regis. Now the Vanguard Regis swing, and calling 2 Shadow Army tokens. Both
Okay.
Shadow Army tokens getting 5k because of the order, and I think another 10k from Regis. So they are 30k attackers. I am going to double check
like a
on
draw
that 10k
trigger,
on
I
Regis.
think? A draw trigger. He guarded with a
looks
draw
like
trigger.
no, that's the overture.
Oh, that's the overture. Oh, okay. That glare.
All right, here we go, taking the damage, going to 5, pulling a draw trigger, drawing an additional card, and here we go, PGing the
Dang.
final attack and going into his turn. He still
Wow.
has it on board. Is he going to Persona Red?
That's
And there it is, the
crazy. Oh,
Persona
there
Red,
it
drawing an
is.
additional card. And inlet and the great.
Wow.
He is not giving
That
space.
was beautifully played.
Beautifully
Absolutely.
played. He had it in hand.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
Here we go, giving 5k there, 5k,
oh yeah, that's a
5k to the mouth, 5k to the grade 2, which is a good call. So that grade 2 is going to be a 25k. And coming in for
and
the 6th
that's
attack,
it.
and there's that hand.
there.
save.
He didn't even attack with the Vanguard. That was a good game. That was a really good.
Good push on both
Yeah,
parts here. It was
definitely.
anyone's game.
Honestly, I
the
agree.
multi-attacking, the cards in hand, like that was the one worry. The cards in hand, because none of them were keeping a hand. With Flagberg guarding the 3 or more, the options available were very slim. But overall, guys, that is going to be the round 1 matchup. Let me check how much time is left in the round. Actually, 10 minutes. So we are going to go on break for those 10 minutes. So do stick around. I think I like the Zorga deck. Zorga's really good.
Yeah,
Zorga has a lot
I
of
agree.
options.
Zorga is actually a really good deck.
Zorga actually has this weird ruling with roaming Prison Dragon,
Oh,
and I feel uncomfortable about it because I know it's correct now that I'm thinking about it, right? But the way Vanguard worked for me, I feel they changed the rule on it. So when you play a card, is it played when you place it or played after you pay the cost?
are we talking about Alchemagic or?
I'm just talking about the skill
Oh,
of
the
playing
skill.
a card, like just
Playing a
playing a
card.
card.
I would say like when you place it, like on
Right?
place,
You would think that, right?
like it procs or
So,
something.
If roaming Prison Dragon's on the board, and let's say you Alchemagic, Miasma,
Miasma, yeah.
and the one that says retire 2 rear guards to like countercharge or something, right? Then you Alchemagic those 2. If you retire the 2 and they go into the drop zone, right? After paying the cost, they activate and drop saying when you play a card, right? I find that so weird. And like it's already guaranteed from the rulings, right? But like in my head, I'm like, I feel like play should be cost. Like
agree, yeah.
why you're paying the cost is you're playing it, because there's a one thing in the ruling that gets me. If you're unable to pay the cost or you fail to pay the complete cost, the play is canceled, which means the play must have happened already.
Right.
But it's super weird ruling.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
interesting.
It's
yeah,
fine.
I didn't
guess.
think. I never knew that actually. I didn't know that about that particular card. That's interesting.
So there's a lot of weird things. But it is what it is, you know. I think Zorga may be making a showing today. I've known people that play Zorga that could be playing it, but let's see how the current matchups keep on pushing.
Yeah, definitely.
We are going to go on break. We're going to have like a very, how you say, standard kind of break. I'm going to be adding some footage in the meantime, so expect that in round 2, round 3. But let's see what happens. All right, then, guys, see you in the next round.
See you guys.